Gabrielle, your celebrity astro-numerologist, and in this forecast video I'm going to show you what's lining up for us in the astrology and numerology for June 2012. Now this month we're going to experience several hugely significant astrological events. In fact, there's so much to tell you about concerning the numbers and planetary alignments that I want to combine the overall message for you so you can really benefit from the experience this month. I'm sure you're feeling the intensity already because it started in May when we began that new 9-month cycle and Venus went retrograde. Now Venus figures greatly in the story of 2012 since this planet encapsulates the shift culminating on 12/21/2012. Now I want to tell you about a truly rare event that's happening with Venus on June 5th and 6th depending on where you live on Earth. It is Venus transiting across the Sun. This is actually called a conjunction, but usually the planets will line up below or above each other on the same degree. However, this time Venus actually crosses directly over the Sun. Like an eclipse, it really signifies new beginnings. And since June 2012 in numerology is an 11 universal month, 11 also symbolizes double new beginnings. This rare Venus-Sun conjunction always happens in pairs, 8 years apart. Here's the thing. Each pair is separated by over 100 years. So the last two pairings occurred in 1874 and 1882, and the next pair of Venus-Sun transits won't occur until 2117 and 2125. So this event is really, really important. What does it mean? Especially coming when it does in June 2012, right before the pivotal Uranus square Pluto event after the summer solstice, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. Well, the question is, are you tapped into who you really are? Or are you living someone else's expectations of who you should be? Are you ego-centered or are you heart and soul-centered? That means knowing what your soul's message is. And how would you know? Well, by honoring your feelings. You see, Venus is about fertility, feelings, creativity, and beauty. Venus is about opening you up to your soul. Think of your heart as an exquisite flower with its petals opening up one by one as you embrace every one of your feelings, no matter what these feelings are. So is your soul being nourished right now? That's the question. Are you feeling connected to Source, deeply connected to your purpose? So what makes this particular transit of Venus across the Sun so important is that it's occurring in 2012 and it signifies the rebirth of the divine feminine. You see, 2012 is the coming out party where we're finally rejoining the divine feminine with the divine masculine. 2012 is about feeling free in your relationships, specifically by allowing the male and female within us all to get back into balance. But in order to rebalance the yin and the yang within us, the yin must be acknowledged and cherished as much as the yang. Now, our last 1,000 years all began with the number 1, the 1100s, 1800s, 1900s, and so on. Now we're in the 2000s, which begin with 2, of course, and 2012 begins and ends with 2. So the symbol of the female and the male, 01, in the beginning of 2012, is opening us up to feeling and communicating, and to share our feelings with another, to trust that you'll be heard because you have honored the process of listening to yourself, and now you're opening up to others. You're honoring relationship. You're honoring sacred community. You're bringing two together as one. You will find that if you open up to the Venus feminine within you and allow yourself to be vulnerable, that the male energy will complement the female with ecstatic strength and gentleness. When you connect on this level, you're automatically bonding with your other half in a whole, balanced, real, honest-to-God, authentic way. What happens then is that you won't waste your time on trivial, uninspiring people and pursuits. You won't be careless with your attention. Instead, you'll open up to the glory of your divine birthright. And with that right comes a code: awareness, honesty, and responsibility. Awareness to the truth of each moment, honesty to receive and accept the truth of each moment, and responsibility to act on the truth. Now this code of life is embedded in creation. Awareness comes from the divine spark, the origin of our universe, God. Honesty is the divine feminine in that you receive and welcome the truth. And responsibility is the divine masculine acting on the truth. Now let me put it another way. This month is an 11 universal month, as I said. June, which is the 6th month, plus 2012, which is a 5 universal year, add 6 plus 5 and you get 11. The meaning of 11 is the gateway of truth. You either walk through the 2 pillars represented by the 2 ones into the unknown, where all is experienced as one, or you stay outside the gateway to procrastinate, to stall, to avoid engaging and stepping forward. The result of which is that your life feels incomplete because you're divided, you're distracted, you're indecisive. These are all qualities reflecting the shadow side of the number 11. Now with our 5 universal year, this decision to risk everything, to be authentic and real, is being experienced more intensely and frequently than ever before. In other words, what may have taken you months or even years to learn now can be experienced in a day or a week. This speeding up of energy is typical of a 5 cycle, as we now have in 2012. Now what you don't want to do when your issues get magnified, as I promise you they will this month, is to not take the opportunity to shift by releasing and stepping up to the next level. In other words, you don't want to push your drama onto others. Take care of your own stuff and really pay attention when you might be projecting your own issues onto others. It's really easy to do, especially when you first realize that you even have an issue with a certain topic, right? I mean, I know firsthand how in denial we project what we are denying, which really is just another way to create some semblance of balance in our lives, right? Now, we tend to project onto others what we need to see in ourselves in order not to look. And that is one of the main causes of pain and heartbreak, because when we're not being authentic, we're living a life of illusion. And in this powerful 11 month of relationships and new beginnings, we are all learning to not blame others, not criticize others, and not judge others. Own your life. Own your power. Only you are responsible for you. Go so deep that you know your feelings are real. Don't wish your issues away. Here's another way of putting it. Know yourself into complete acceptance. I'll say that again. Know yourself into complete acceptance. How else can another person accept and know you for who you are if you don't know and accept yourself first? In the same way, give everyone else room to experience life on their own terms. You can't create the Venus qualities of love, happiness, and beauty when you're feeling jealous or judgmental or negative, right? Open your heart to your feelings, your feminine receptive side, your sensitive side. Feel the tremendous compassion inherent in this transit right now. Always remember that who you are now determines your tomorrows. If you give others the power, you're abdicating your responsibility to your life. Venus is the nurturer. Allow her to help you take responsibility for your life. Venus does not give her power away. Venus loves responsibly and unconditionally. How exciting this conjunction of Venus across the sun is. Do you know what's happening? We're all breaking wide open for all to read us like an open book. We can't hide anymore. The time of honesty has arrived and is sweeping through the whole universe. Now with June being an 11 month of double new beginnings, this Venus transit is giving us an incredible opportunity to create a brand new life. Release your beliefs, release the patterns of behavior, release all relationships that no longer serve your highest good. And do know this, they will be replaced by something better. We are living in the 21st century, the ancient Egyptian number meaning the truth shall set you free. Anything less than the truth, anything less than authenticity and integrity will not be acceptable anymore. For in truth we shall create joy, love, and abundance. In truth we show compassion because the sheer honesty of self-reflection attracts love. Yes, this is why 2012 is the big shift year. We're being shown how to love each other by loving ourselves and how to love ourselves by loving each other. 2012, the code of unconditional love. Okay, so with this month can come a lot of drama and tension if you don't release and confront your feelings right away. Don't hide, don't run away, stay with it. And if you do find yourself retreating, just nudge yourself back into feeling. Even if it's hard at first, you'll be amazed at what will happen. And then you'll know being responsible means being responsive. You know, the energy is so intense right now for one reason and one reason only, so that you pay attention. The square Between Uranus and Pluto, which occurs on June 23rd, 24th, depending on where you live, it guarantees that you're going to sit up and pay attention. The first meeting of these two planets, in what is called a challenging aspect, a square in astrology, it brings a lot of turbulence, abrupt changes, jolting insights, unpredictable events, and rebellion, plus a need for control. Processing and acknowledging all these experiences and emotions will allow you to reach a new level of liberation. You'll feel more independent, you'll feel the brilliance of your light, and it's going to bring us all together in groups, in communities that are created in the spirit of freedom. During this time, you may overly worry, overanalyze, overspin your thoughts. That kind of attention is self-defense to avoid moving through the truth. So keep strong during all these changes and know that all is for the best. Now, what really helps me when life gets turbulent is to take time each day to focus on being clear and being quiet. Appreciate the beauty around you, the beauty of art, music, the beauty of nature, the beauty in your children, your pets, your lovers. Take this time to still your mind. The magic lies in the space between the in and out breath, the void, the unknowable, the indefinable. The mystery of life resides in the stillness. And while you nurture your spiritual nature, don't forget to set boundaries. Make it clear that others can't pollute your space. Others may not distract you. Stay focused on your light, on your eternal nature, on your divinity. And you'll experience the freedom of Uranus. You'll experience the power of Pluto. You'll experience the love of Venus and the new beginnings of the number 11 that this month brings, and the radical changes of the number 5 all year long. So have a wonderful month of June, and don't forget to check in on my website, TaniaGabrielle.com, for up-to-date explanations of current events and daily inspirations. I will see you in July 2012.